Hello and welcome to my Experts Talks show. Today we have a special guest, Diana Salazar, and she has been working in remote sales and she had a different version of sales experience. And Diana has visited many countries as part of her travel life. And today she will help us to understand how a therapist actually became a sales therapist. So, Diana, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for your time. How are you doing?
Thank you so much, Chandra. Thank you for having me here. It's a pleasure.
How are you doing today?
Fine, just weekend time, so relaxing a little bit. And as I told you before, I ran out to get a new phone because my phone died. So
That's
kind of
absolutely fine.
enjoying the weekend. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So I hope it gets better now soon. So you are a therapist, right? That's how you started, or and before that, something that you were doing?
Yeah, actually, I've been working in a normal job, 9 to 5, in hotels. I've been working in tourism my whole life, and apart from that, because of my personal journey, I took the chance to become a therapist for
Hmm.
my personal healing, and also to with my the things how I live them, how I understood them to help others as well. So I was a therapist before being a high ticket closer. Yeah.
Awesome. So I know you as a high ticket closer. Before that, and after the therapy programs or whatever the jobs that you were doing in between, have you done any sales roles? How many years of work experience you have been through in different roles, whether it is sales or not? Total number of years.
Well, in different roles around maybe 20 years because I left
Oh,
my country when I was 18. So I started working in cruise lines, as cocktail waitress, sommelier, also in a casino as
oh,
dealer, casino dealer. So I had different experience, different backgrounds from different things and related to tourism as well in hotels. Right now, I'm living in Lanzarote, the Canary Islands, and there, well, I've been using sales my whole life, I could say, in different roles.
right now you're living in Lancer Hotel, Canary Highlands. That's what? Okay.
Yeah,
And you were born and brought up in Peru?
yeah, I'm originally from Peru. Yes.
Okay, awesome. So, how is the life when you are in the cruise, when you are selling traveling trips? Who you use it to target, and whom do you sell, and what are the packages generally? Or was that a in-person sale, or how that went?
Yeah, I started with in-person sales when I started before cruise lines and I started working in hotels in my country. I also was doing kind of like a helping a travel agency. So
Uh-huh.
according to my experience that I've traveled, for example, a very known place in my country is, I don't know if you heard of Machu Picchu, Cusco, that's like kind of one of the seven wonders of the world. And I
Yeah.
started selling packages there besides my job of working in a hotel. So when
Okay.
I went to the cruise lines, I used the knowledge of how I could make more money. I was always thinking how I could interact with people and also, of course, get more money because my economical situation of a third world country was not really good at that time. Worse than now,
Hmm.
actually. Now it's better. And
Hmm.
I discovered that if I interact with people and I get to even speak their languages, because I speak also Italian, French, English, well, now Spanish and
Yeah.
German, so I could make more money to help them to choose
Hmm.
their trips, their short trips when they are on the port, and was everything was in person. So I think
Hmm.
sometimes sales can be easier when you are in person because there is kind of a connection that you can build, a rapport you can build with a person that cannot be built sometimes in Zoom or, because you see the person till
Hmm.
here. And
Mm.
the whole body communicates something, and
Yeah.
this approach to a person is different. Yeah.
So in-person sales. So who are the people generally they get into a travel trips and then they stay
Mhm.
in the hotels? They are the people who book the cruises.
No, I used to live in the cruise line because I was a worker there. Okay, and the people also stays in a cruise line the whole in cruise ships the whole week, for example, maybe 10 days or maybe
Hmm.
20 days. So I get to interact to these people. So that's somebody that you get to see like every day. For
Hmm.
example,
Hmm.
when I was
Just like a
sommelier,
neighbor.
yeah, yeah, because when I was sommelier, I was selling wine and water. Well, water was not that important, but I had to make good revenue with wine, for example. So
Got
I
it.
had to see that person having dinner every day, advising every day something, maybe something different, maybe a wine they like. I had to knew about that, but I had to be also to be friendly with them and smiley,
Hmm.
and that way to build a report so they can be like a usual customer the whole travel, the whole trip.
Hmm. Okay. 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 So did you get a repeated customers over there? Is there anything like that or one time experience and try to top up on it, the cruise experiences on top of something else on top of boat, selling the boat or something like that, or is it's just a they stay for 10 days and then in between we will try to sell whatever available over there?
Actually, there are a lot of repeaters. You can see a person or a couple. Usually, they travel in couples or family cruises. They get there 10 days, and after maybe in 2 months, they will come back.
Ah, okay.
You get to like to build a relationship with the person. It's like
Ah,
not like as close as a friend, but sometimes I even get the addresses of these people to visit them sometime if I go to their
ah,
country. So
okay.
that's why I say you get to
Based
build
on the relationship built.
yeah, a longer rapport or deeper rapport than sometimes in a sales call. Yeah.
Ah, okay, awesome. So what is the pricing looks like apart from the
Well, the
wine?
pricing, it depends. Maybe cruises start from, it depends, maybe a week cruise, it can be $1,200 or more. There is even
Okay.
40 days cruise. So it depends on the
Per
company. It
person per
depends.
week. Per person per week.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I
Okay.
used to work with Royal Caribbean Cruise Line. So their
Okay.
trips are not that cheap. You can find cheaper and
Mm-hmm.
shorter, but it depends what you like. There are trips around the
Hmm.
world, really the whole
Yeah,
world. So
got it. Got it. The and then especially the world in the ocean is completely different, and then in the travel tourism packages around the ocean are completely different variations. There are very high uh, luxury packages, luxury experiences, right?
actually, you can buy the basic. That is, you have your cabin. You have if you want a block, to watch the ocean. But there, you can get the person to buy trips in the ports. Short day
Mm,
trips or 2 day trips, and you can get them to buy many things extras.
mm.
That's where the cruise makes money. As the cruise ships,
Ah,
the cruise lines make money as well, of course.
okay. So from there, you had an experience of how many years, and then what prompted you to move to remote sales while working in that dream kind of experience, selling to your dream of becoming freedom, getting freedom from time, money, uh, location, whatever.
Yeah, actually, I left my country because to work in a cruise line was better for me in that time, for money wise, and also the freedom, as you say. But
Hmm.
after 5 years, I got kind of tired, because you wake up and you don't know which day it is, and you're every day in
Hmm.
a different country, almost every day in a different country, and
Hmm.
it's beautiful, but there's a moment you need more like a stability.
Yeah, yeah.
So after my 5 years in cruise lines, I traveled to Spain. So I came to Spain, like I'm already here more than 15 years. So I got to work here in hotels also, and that's how I changed my life because I left the cruise lines and started working more on land.
Hmm.
And the pandemic, COVID and everything was
Mm.
like a break point for me because
Mm.
it got me broke, because I was working in a hotel, and in that moment I had paid a good amount of money for my studies, and
Okay.
when I got fired because of the pandemic, I got like little money and nothing else to do. I was not able to work
Oh,
because my work was totally in presence.
what was the
So
course that you were doing?
I was in that moment making spirituality courses because my master is in Germany. My spiritual
Okay.
master, my main community of spirituality is in Germany. So my
Okay.
courses were not cheap. And I was also about to get certified as hypnotherapist. So
Okay.
all that was
So you invested a
altogether
lot
make.
of money over there, and then the COVID hit that got you in a position where you need to think about creative ways. Is that so?
Yeah, because I was learning, and I was giving free therapies because in that moment I didn't value my services much, because I was
Oh,
also like
new and
having an
then.
I had an inner trip within myself and a moment of self-awareness of my value as well, of my services, because I thought it's
Hmm.
not difficult for me to give this. So why would I charge money for this? I was in that mindset at that moment. That was like
Ah,
4 years ago.
yeah.
And so I was working and giving money for my studies, investing in myself, but it was like 20K I had, and in that moment when the pandemic came, I found myself with 3K only to live.
Mm.
I don't know till when the pandemic finishes. So it was
Ah.
like, wow, I didn't know what to do. And I thought, even if I keep this 3K, I don't know what will happen in a few months. I will come back to this point
Hmm.
where I don't know what, it will become maybe 1,000 or zero. I got nothing then. So I said, I have to invest one more time. And I think that was a very I think that's the most risky decision I took my whole life, even leaving my
The
country with no
decisive
money
moment.
almost. This is a moment where my life changed because I saw my mentors here in Spain in an Instagram interview, and that's something that I heard the interview, and I say, wow, this is something I want to do. I was becoming a closer, high ticket closer in the Spanish space. So I
Okay.
invested my last 3K. I didn't even have money to pay my rent for next month. And I
My
said,
God.
I invest everything. So I'm crazy. I invest everything.
And
Yeah.
you jumped with a leap of faith.
Yes, yes. I knew I had to invest in myself. I had been doing it, but I didn't have received anything in return because I thought I was not ready. When you maybe, I don't know, Chandra, maybe one time in your life you feel you know many things, but maybe you're not ready yet. You say, no, one more course, no, one more thing, and I will be ready, and we
Hmm.
stay
Hmm.
there until the
Hmm.
reality outside
Hits.
pushes and say,
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
say, no, stop what you're doing and do it differently.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was the
Awesome.
breaking point for me to change my mind. My mindset changed like this from one day to another. And I started charging. Well, maybe you want to ask me any question. I will continue to tell you that later what happens next.
Yeah. Yeah. So then you started getting into the mentorship for the remote sales, and then started
Yeah.
exploring the remote sales opportunities. How long did it take, and what way you got your first remote sales opportunity? What's the role?
Okay. So the thing is that, as I said, I had very few money left, like 100 euros
Hmm.
maybe, and I had to pay my rent, I had to pay my food. So what I did was starting the course that it was only 2 months, intense
Hmm.
course. And actually, I had the classes at 5 a.m. in the morning because it was sometimes we had meetings even on Sunday. So it was like, really, if you want to do this, you have to give everything. You have to be ready to deliver everything you have inside to make this true for you.
Hmm. Hmm.
So as I saw some of my colleagues, people I met, other students in this course had some syndrome, imposter syndrome.
Imposter syndrome.
Wait,
Yeah.
yeah, when you think you don't do it good enough, you compare to others, you have maybe low esteem, self-esteem because you are facing a goal that you don't know if you will be able to achieve. That's when
Right.
I start giving
Yeah.
therapies to my colleagues, And in that moment, one girl made a video about my services and what she lived in therapy with me, and that
Mm-hmm.
changed again everything for me because I started charging my services, and people was coming to me to buy my therapies because they needed help,
Awesome.
and the help they
Yeah.
got in this program was not well enough for them because that was something deeper inside that learning about sales.
Mm.
So that way, I made 4K selling my services. So in the
Awesome.
next two
Awesome.
months, so I could continue to look for offers of closing. Otherwise, I was not going to be able to finish, neither to find offers in closing. Yeah,
So therapy helped you to navigate through the sales slowly, and then the knowledge
yeah,
that you got from therapy also helping you in the sales, right?
yes, yes. I started selling my own services. So yeah.
Awesome. You started your own services at the same time. You also started working for others as a closer. What was the first remote sales opportunity that you are in?
What? Excuse me.
What was your first remote sales opportunity apart from selling your own therapy?
Okay.
How much you used to get per month, and then what kind of services you did? What is the value of the package?
Hmm. My first offer as officially as closer was like around I think was 1200, and it was
Mhm.
a service, a coaching program for people with anxiety. So at
People
that
with
moment,
anxiety.
I didn't, yes, people
Oh,
with
that again
anxiety.
relates to your experience of therapy.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and you know what? Sometimes that touch my confidence a little bit because you don't know sometimes, or that happened to me. I don't know if maybe somebody that is seeing us,
Okay.
that you don't know how good you are until you try, something.
Mm,
So I didn't
exactly.
know how good closer I could be. So I wanted to really do my best, but I was kind of nervous at the beginning, of course, because I said,
Mhm.
"Oh my God, what if I don't deliver? What if I don't do it right?" And yeah, but I did it anyway, and I started selling daily. I had 1 2 3 sales daily, so I was like,
Mm,
wow, this is really good. I'm good.
okay.
Yeah,
It actually
so
improved your confidence.
yes,
S-
that helped me to improve my confidence. I know confidence comes
Well,
from within, yes,
yep,
but we
yep.
need to see proof sometimes, for
You,
our
you
capacities.
got the validation through the process.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Because that was something totally new for me. I was totally confident in other things that I've done already, but this was my first time like a real, let's say, closer. So it was like, whoa, I want to give like a good impression. I really want to help people to take the best decision as well. It's not about only making money, but also you are interacting with another human being, and you're kind of responsible as well for doing it well for that person.
Yes, exactly. So that's what really helped you to be successful closer. So,
Actually,
what do you
I don't know
think?
if successful, but
Somebody,
my goals. Yeah, tell me.
yeah,
Sorry.
go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
No, I was saying I don't know if successful, but for me it was like also like another step closer to believing that I could be really a full-time closer, because at the moment I was not a full-time closer. I
Okay,
didn't totally jump until I was told I was with a Spanish closing agency, and they told me, okay, we need you full
okay.
time. If you don't quit all the things you're doing hard, we cannot give you this opportunity. And I think I was like on a trial, so that's why was kind of nervous at first, but then it was really
Mhm.
good. So I said, okay, I go. I go all in again.
Uh,
Yeah,
and then you went through that process of getting qualified for the next level.
yeah. Let's say so.
Uh,
Yeah.
Awesome, awesome, great. So, in your closer life, from what level per month to what level the maximum you
Hmm.
moved? and how much time did it take for you?
Hmm, good question. So I, in that moment that I started, full-time closing was 2022. Okay, my journey started like 4 years ago, but actually I really took it full time since 2 years ago. And I was
Hmm.
making maybe, not every month, we make the same. I
It's
have
like
passed
ups and
through many.
downs. Yeah.
Yeah, because I have taken many projects, I have left many projects, evergreens and launchings as well. So I started making maybe 2K a month, but and my top month was 28K. So it was really
Awesome.
good, 28K in 1 month. And 2 months ago, I had a launch in 10 days. I made 15K in commissions in 10 days. So it was
Awesome.
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 Yeah,
That's
yeah, so that
really
could be, the numbers were
awesome.
good. Yeah.
So being a closer, you got your financial freedom, location freedom, and then you got the time freedom. Everything. Have you felt so?
Yes, yes, I feel that because for me myself, I'm not a person like I spend a lot in like very good watches and everything, like high five-star hotels. I don't I've learned from my parents like to be conservative with money, but not with my studies. I invest a lot in myself, in learning, in
Mm,
therapies. I keep always learning. I'm always learning. Even I don't care if it's weekend. I enjoy traveling a
mm,
lot, learning, but not like throwing away money because I make money. It's not my kind of
awesome.
way of thinking. I respect how every person can do it. We are all different. So what I
Yeah.
got until this moment for the decisions I made is to have that, yeah, time,
Hmm.
freedom of. I feel I'm in a good place and I'm able to help my parents as well because the situation in Peru, my parents are more than 70 both, so it's
No.
not
Okay.
good economically. So I get to help them. That for me is the world. So I'm really
Awesome.
happy of,
Awesome.
yeah,
I have
on
a
that
huge
path.
respect for that.
Mhm.
So if somebody wants to become a remote sales closer, to navigate better from transition from other jobs or other 9 to 5 of their corporate job or a freelancer or somebody, what do you suggest them to take care of so that they can win better, win faster?
Mm. Okay. First of all, environment. Environment, what I mean is people around you. You know,
Mm,
that's actually it makes a lot of sense for me because that's the first thing I learned from my mentors here in Spain.
mm,
And because your surroundings, maybe your partner, maybe your family, maybe your friends discourage you, they don't believe in you, and actually you're starting maybe to learn about your capacities. So that negativity, negative talk doesn't help you to keep you focused on your goals and what you want to achieve if it is something new. So I could tell people to respect their own space, because that
mm,
also help you to work on your mindset. You learn to put limits. You learn to be also with a partner that encourage you. So everything changes in your life. So it's like
mm,
wow,
exactly.
environment and limits, boundaries, and to focus. The focus is very very important. I heard Bill Walsh saying, that he doesn't go, or well, he didn't just go to parties, and the world is off, while you are in your journey of learning
Mm, yeah.
everything. It's like, and people say, no, you don't need to. Actually, you can do everything. Yeah, you can, but it's not the same speed. It's not the same
Mm,
results. You
yeah.
know,
Yeah.
so
So
it's
your
different for
attention
everybody.
gets diversified.
Distracted. Yeah,
Mm, so
I advise focus. Yeah.
advice focus. Awesome. Awesome. I got to learn that to be more focused. Awesome. So that's one environment, second one focus. Okay. And then,
Environment, focus. Yeah, and mindset. Before learning, before putting a lot of information in your mind, you have to take out all what is within that doesn't help you
mm,
to serve your goals, personal inner work, always. I mean, I
mm,
could say even more before even sales, inner work, to learn to
mm,
let go of the past, to forgive yourself, forgive your
mm,
parents, or what you understood of life, what you deserve. all these things that we want, money, travel, yeah, doesn't come from, okay, outside, comes from within, because you
Hmm.
attract what you are. For me,
Right.
that's, I mean, all the money I invested in myself, it's not the sales related. For me, it's totally giving me, for me, the life that I really want to live. So I could
Hmm.
advise that in at work.
Awesome. Awesome. So if you want outer success, first go through the inner work. That's absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine. So, what do you suggest? Somebody wants to transition into remote sales. Okay, you said
Mhm.
environment, you said inner work. That is the two things. Along with that, what do you suggest for them to understand a better offer? Because you were in different offers, you were in the launchings, you came out of the offers, and then you got into the better offers. You moved from 2K to 28K per month. You have seen the all the ups and downs. It's not so easy. It's a journey. So if
Yeah,
somebody wants to
because
learn.
I think for my for inner work, and I think like what I talked to you yesterday, because networking is fundamental. I think it's really important, but first you have to build yourself as a valuable person and to feel it and to believe it. Because when you're in a call with a colleague, you will be able to transmit that value to that person and
Mm,
to be able to enhance a conversation and to leave it give it to take it to another level. So before doing networking and thinking about money, I think this: take care in which environment you want to show, then network, and then to focus on where to get the right skills, because there are many mentors, there's many, of course the skill sets you get has to be really really good. And networking, but it's not the first thing, networking, because if you don't know who you are, what are you gonna give to others, it's,
mhm. Yeah,
yeah. So there are many things to take in count for, but it's not that difficult, but you have to be clear, like the steps how to do it.
got it, got it. Awesome. So if at all you wanted to say that I learned good things about sales, who comes to your mind first? Who actually brought great uh, change, breakthrough in you as a salesperson?
For me, in the Spanish market, Alfonso y Cristian, yeah, they were my mentors here in Spain. So I still get mentored by them in the Spanish market. And in the American market, I like Bill Walsh. Actually, I took NPQ 3.0, as I told you yesterday. But for me, what Bill Walsh gives is more related to who I am or how I can express myself in calls. So yeah, I could say that.
Awesome, awesome. That's
Well,
absolutely
there are many good
fine.
mentors anyway. Jabran as well. Jabran Kang is really, really good. I mean, he's so authentic and unique as well.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
there are many mentors, or JD also. So, but I could
yeah.
say my focus now, what I learned, because I think in the challenge, maybe Bill Walsh. Mm.
Got it, got it, got it. So I'm very happy that you come from therapy background and you invested in the mentors, your time, energy, you worked you on yourself, and then you started networking with the people, and then you got into the opportunities, and then you moved from 2K to 28K per month capability. It's not so easy. You move from cruise ships to remote sales and make staying in other part of the world. It's not where you were born and brought up, and you are taking care of your parents. So inspiring. I'm sure those who are watching this video on the YouTube or Facebook, definitely you can draw some inspiration from this interview. And Diana, if at all somebody wants to go through your therapies, are you still taking?
Yeah, yeah. That's I mean, that's my life's mission. I mean, I will be doing sales maybe through 2, 3 more years.
Mm,
But after that, I have a money goal, some things to be in place, and after that, I will dedicate myself only to therapy. So that's something like within me to give to the world. So yeah. Yeah, of
Okay.
course, I'm giving therapies, but I don't announce it on social media because the people come to me by recommendation. Yeah.
So now, if somebody wants to reach you, what do you prefer? An email or your Facebook or your Instagram? Anything that you wanted to share, you can share to the audience.
Thank you. Yeah, actually, Facebook is actually I don't use social media that much. I'm updating my LinkedIn for the Spanish market a little bit, but you can reach out anyone by Facebook. Yeah. Most what I do is hypnotherapy. Hypnotherapy,
Mm,
there is a natural hypnotherapy, and that helps a lot to remove because our brain, our mind is like a computer. If you remove, some limiting
program.
belief system and you put new information, your thoughts, your emotions will come differently and you will attract
Mm,
also different things. So that's for me is the like of everything I've learned, one of the most
powerful
impactful,
tool.
powerful things. Yeah. Tools that I, even in myself, I work as well. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. We wanted to be like you and then learn things so that we can turn around our lives too. So definitely there are people, especially girls, get motivated with your story, the success that you have. Is it your first interview, something like that?
What? Excuse me?
Have you been to any podcast shows or interviews earlier?
I used to do interviews actually. What you're doing, I used to do it a few years ago in Instagram to bring
Ah,
people, to bring information to other people. Yeah, I think I've been interviewed a few times for for other colleagues in other channels, maybe in Instagram as well. Yeah, a few times. That's
awesome,
it's something
awesome.
I enjoy.
Happy to have you, and then got the inspiration, and definitely I would ask anyone who wants to go through hypnotherapy and then therapy sessions with Diana, please contact with her on the Facebook, and then that will be really helpful, but because she's someone who have done the courses and helped the other sales professionals, entrepreneurs, and she will definitely help you, there is no doubt about it. And I wish you all the best. Thank you so much, Diana, for your time. It's really an awesome opportunity for me to have you today. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you so much, Chandra. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.